What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Ryan Garcia. King Ryan Garcia abruptly pulls out of the July fight against Javier Fortuna. Wow. The lightweight announced on Instagram that he is pulling out of his fight on July 9th against Javier Fortuna. Garcia, 21-0-18, did not list a specific reason for his withdrawal. And this is what he said, quote, "At this time, it's important to manage my health and well-being. I have decided to take some time off to focus on becoming a stronger version of myself. I hope to be back soon, and I'm looking forward to stepping back into the ring when I am my healthiest self." Those are the words of Ryan Garcia. Now, I want to be fair with Ryan. Okay, because, this sounds like mental illness. And I know people, their head's not right for whatever reason. Does he have personal problems? Is it mental health? Is it just a cover up for something else? And you have to really be careful about that. You have this is two ways you look at it. For one, if he's mentally not stable. Okay, let's break that down. If he's mentally not stable, he shouldn't fight. But if he's using that mental illness as a cop-out, that's wrong on so many levels. Okay? It's wrong on so many levels because, for one, it really takes a hot, steamy piss on the people that are dealing with it. Okay? You don't want to use that as a cop-out because that's a real issue. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's too many people that are dealing with that, servicemen in the military that are actually dealing with that and contemplating suicide and this, that, and the other. And they have real problems, right? But then if he shouldn't fight. Now, the problem with this is he's not specific, okay? This is not fair to Javier Fortuna because he's worked hard himself to get this opportunity, right? He pretty much overlooked Devin Haney, right? Because that was the mandatory. And then so he picked Javier Fortuna, which is cool. That's a good thing. And now you don't fight him. Now, one would to think you got in a pretty challenging fight with Luke Campbell. Then all of a sudden, you're stopping your reign of higher opposition, right? Now, mind you, I look at Ryan Garcia like this. This would be okay if Ryan Garcia wasn't the type of person that Ryan Garcia is. I know pressure busts pipes. Pressure is a mother sucker. I get it. But the problem with Ryan Garcia, to talk all that shit, to be the type of way in his personality, first of all, if the way that he markets himself and how flashy, how confident, how faithful he is in God, those type of things that has his back, he doesn't supposed to be in this situation. He doesn't. And it's just very convenient at the time that you're up and flying the coop. Because you think about Ryan Garcia. If you go back before the Luke Campbell fight, Ryan Garcia was a guy that was bitching at his promoter, Oscar De La Hoya. You guys remember that? About getting the best fights, the right fights. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with this? And then all of a sudden you are starting to get those fights that people want to see you perform well in. Then the second opportunity you have, you're out. That's my problem with it. Okay? If he wasn't so flashy and he didn't show this other facade, and I know those could, like I said, facade is a mother sucker too, but at the same time, you're calling out these fighters. Now you're getting these fights and you're all of a sudden, you're not mentally ready. And then this doesn't really show something. This doesn't tell us anything. Manage my health and well-being. Okay, does that mean you're injured in some type of way? I want to be the best, focus on becoming a stronger version of myself. Well, you do that by training in the ring. You do that by showing people that you are a king. You show that by getting in the ring and beating Javier Fortuna. The fights that you claim you won, and now all of a sudden you're mentally not ready. See, you could look at this in a way, okay, what got you all bent now? You could look at it like that. Well, what has you this shook? or this mentally unstable all of a sudden that you're going in there and fighting this other guy that's just as tough as this other guy you fought. It's just too convenient to me. See, if Ryan Garcia was a guy that you could see him a quiet guy, or a guy that may come off as having struggles mentally like that, then you would say that, okay, I get that. Yeah, he's a young kid and this, that, and the other, which he is young. But I think it's too early to be pulling out of fights that you claim you want and then blaming it on something that is so transparent. You're not even telling us what the hell's going on. Say what it is. You know what I mean? And now, because, see, if it was an injury, you would have said that, hey, I pull out or I postpone. No, you're trying to get out of this fight. That's a difference. He pulls out of this fight. Not, oh, let's postpone this fight so I can get my head right. Let me take some time off. Right? Let me do that for me. But I'm like, okay, what happened to you all of a sudden? That's my problem with Ryan Garcia. Why are you just now? You just claimed you wanted these guys. Because see, one to think like this. Hey, you wanted these fights, now you're getting these fights, now all of a sudden you're not mentally ready for these fights. Like I don't buy it. I don't, because he could have went into depth. Here's the deal. He owes it to us to tell us what the hell is really going on with him. You know, Tyson Fury did it. And then, Tyson Fury's is more unbelievable because he gave you actual accounts of him showing characteristics of him mentally failing, like drinking too much, doing drugs, contemplating suicide. He's not giving us any of that stuff. Ryan Garcia is not telling us anything that gives us a reason to believe his mental illness. And again, I don't want to call the man a liar. I'm just thinking it's too convenient. It's too early for that. Or did that one fight get you that shook that you don't want to continue? See, instead of postpone, he pulls out. Well, I need to get my mind right. Dude, the confident, cocky, flashy, right? And Ryan is a guy that doesn't look like he missed a step mentally. That's why it's hard to believe, like all of a sudden, oh, I got mental illness. You know what I mean? Like, yo, that type of personality warrants someone that is confident, that and is strong and mentally strong. See, you're doing stuff like this. Do you have a drug problem? And I know a lot of things ain't our business. I get that. But at the same time, you pull out of a fight like this, you owe somebody something besides this damn, oh, I want to be the best version and healthiest part of me. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Get COVID? What's the deal? You see what I mean? Manage my health and well-being. Okay, that's not telling us anything. We all need to do that each and every day. I half-ass strive to do that myself, but at the end of the day, this is not good enough. I hope to be back soon. Like, what do you take? I need some time off to focus on becoming a strong. Like, these are these things. Like, just say, that's not a good enough excuse. Just say, hey, I got some family stuff to deal with. I think that's better. I think whoever told him to do this, to go this route, whatever the hell's going on with him. And then here's another thing. Well, if it's something real, that's them convincing him to, hey, yeah, I think you need to take some time off, because it could lead to something else that we know nothing about. But again, I'll say this on the positive. If there's something wrong with Ryan Garcia, it's good that he's taking the time off besides getting beat up. You know what I mean? Taking an L, then he'll come with an excuse because we wouldn't like that either. So I guess, you know what I mean, to counterpunch myself, you can't have it both ways. But I think I'm just disappointed in the explanation that he used, being that cocky and flashy and this and that. And then you can't tell us what's wrong. I just think that's too incomplete, too convenient for just going into his second tough fight, mind you. This is only his second. Okay, and then I'll leave you guys with this also. That shows that he's no different from Devin Haney. In fact, when Devin Haney fights Linares, they will be like this. That's what that means. Ryan with Luke Campbell, Devin Haney with Linares. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Ryan Garcia pulling out of the July 9th fight. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.